Tennessee is changing college football forever, either one way or another. It's going to be on the field this Saturday when they completely embarrass Oklahoma in their own field, but also what we're going to get into first before talking about the predictions of the game, the path that I see for victory for Oklahoma, the large path to victory that I see for Tennessee. We will talk about these creamsicle orange mother and them trying to add a dang talent fee in 2025 to get more money up out of you. Look, man, I know everything's up in price. It's a crazy world we live in, but it seems like the newly NIL minted world of college football just needs a little bit more of your money, just a little bit. And in this ongoing ever wondering what the do people do with all this money from college football, we were going to try to get even more. It started with Oklahoma State and the whole barcodes on the back of their helmet so you can donate. And now one of the most historic teams and programs in all of college football history is asking, actually they're not asking you, they're taking an extra 10% of your money on some Ticketmaster processing fee BS. It does not make any sense. I don't need to be double gouged out the butt for everything, especially, and the reason why they're doing it is because of this show on the greatest show, the most explosive show on turf that they got cooking down there in Tennessee. Mr. Nico is going to be here for at least another year, so they're trying to get as much money from the amazing talent that they're putting on the field because that boy can spin it, Simpson can run it, and this Tennessee team is serious, son. But back on topic and back on task, I think it is so crazy that we went from asking these guys to break off a little of the millions and billions and all this money that comes from college football, and here we are with NIL, with more ways, open boosters that can just give money to players, and these teams, these programs are saying, we don't have enough money. Somehow, they don't have enough money. Somehow in this ever-evolving boat race of trying to buy 18-year-olds, provide money for 18-year-olds for services getting a little out of hand. Tennessee's reported $134 million in football-only revenue in 2023. It reported $59 million on football expenses, a $75 million surplus. What is that, net? What is that, gross? I don't know, son. I think it's net. But regardless, $75 million, and they're still trying to reach into the pockets of the alumni and the Tennessee faithful. So as a beautiful University of Texas fan, the real UT, the real orange, okay, we're just letting you know, hook 'em horns, because we'd never do that to you. Actually, Austin would probably do that to you, too. That's not important. Let's get into the actual game. I just wanted to talk about this because it's crazy, but it is the natural evolution of what's going to start happening in the world of sports in general. You talk about a luxury seating in these stadiums trying to get their money. This is the next step to it. We're going to see a lot more inventive and interesting ways to do it. Let me know in the comments how you feel about this. Are you going to pay an extra 10% if your school starts doing that? If your NFL team starts doing a talent fee? Again, it goes directly to the players. That's good. That's cool. It's nasty work. So you get in the comments, let me know. Leave a like on this video if you like it. Dislike if you don't like it. Appreciate y'all for hanging out. Subscribe if you're enjoying the college football content. And if not, let me know what content I should be making. Man, let's get into the actual real deal game predictions. Now, let's talk about path to victory, right? Now, I'm going to start with this god dang explosive Tennessee team that is a clear top 5 team in my books, just for the way that they've been winning the beauty contest, the way that, MPW McKissy, he says that on his show, the beauty contest, as he says. And what that means is they've just been punishing teams. What they won. Why'd you do that to Kent? They scored like 30. They scored like 50 by halftime, and we're kicking onside kicks like in the first quarter. Like they showed no remorse to Kent State. Kent State, what did they do to y'all? But it's been very, very explosive. It's been fun to watch. It's been a highlight factory. Nico Lamaleva. Nico Lamaleva has been on fire. I think did I do it? Absolutely on fire, killing the game. He's been efficient. He's been effective. And at the same time, look at Dylan Simpson's rushing yards. Look at the rushing yards. There's another back with 220. This rushing attack is potent. And I say that to say that Nico is great. Nico's elite. Nico has completed 71% of his pass yards on 700 yards. Right now, averaging 10.4, long of 59, 6 touchdowns to 2 interceptions. You need to get those interceptions down, buddy. But 6 touchdowns to 2 interceptions. I say all that to say this is a balanced offense. This isn't just the Nico show. This isn't just the Dylan Simpson show. I think this offense can score at will in almost any way that they want to. They spread you out. They can get you in close. They can grind you out with Dylan. They've got Gaston Moore as well not Gaston Moore. They got Deshaun Bishop that get some nasty things done as well. I mean, this is a potent offense. I haven't even talked about the defensive line that might be the best in the nation. Let's look at some rankings for old Tennessee. Oh, we're looking at the wrong rankings. I need to look at their stats. Where's the rankings at? I need your stat rankings, son. How about Tennessee stat rankings? Sorry. I had the wrong thing queued up. I apologize. Here we go. Boom. So Tennessee stat rankings. Number 1 in points per game. They're winning the beauty contest. Number 4 in yards a game. Holy Christmas. Points or play. Number 1 for points a play. That is crazy. That's how efficient and effective. That's what I'm talking about. They sneeze and they score touchdowns. 4th down conversion, number 20. 3rd down. This right here is what's gonna. This right here. And I know 3rd downs have been big. This right here, being being almost top 10 in 3rd down conversions. That's how you break the soul of a defense. Getting those hard 3rd down conversions is what separates a team and really can break the will. But watch out for that. I mean, hey, top 20 in 4th down conversions too. That's not too terrible. Tennessee offense, top 10 in rushing play percentage, as well as that is crazy. Nico Lama, whatever his name is, Nico, is dominating. He's being efficient. He's being effective. And this is a running team. That's why I'm saying. This is why it's so dangerous. This is a running team. I said balanced. I meant balanced by potency, not by play call, because they are number 9 in rushing play and also number 1 in points per game. That is insane. This is not a passing league, ladies and gentlemen. This is a run through a motherfucker's face league. In the Tennessee Volunteers, they're doing a pretty good job in that awful creamsicle orange. It's not that bad, but it's not as cool as burnt orange. Absolutely upsane. Wow, pass play percent. Oh no, we already talked about that. Sorry, I thought that was pass. What's it called? The other thing. I thought it was the other reverse thing. Okay, so number 27 in quarterback sack percentage. So I guess it is just ranked off the goodness of it. And then let's look at this defense. I have barely even touched on one of the best defenses in the nation, defensive lines in the nation. And let's get to it. Offensive points per game, number 3. They haven't played anybody. Offensive yards per game, they haven't played anybody big. But just to see this, understand this is against all the teams in the nation. So the fact that they're up in almost top 5 in all these categories, it's insane. But let's really get to the real meat and potatoes. All opponents rush play against 110. They don't want to run the ball against those big dogs. So they think that they can pass. And pass completion is a little high for their defense. So that's decent. But again, they're not, they just don't. They don't want to run against these big bad dogs. Offensive pass yards per game, number 2. So they pass a lot on them. They're not very successful. Offensive passes a game, not very successful. So very efficient, very effective, very potent defense. The path to Tennessee's success is to do the same thing that you've been doing to Kent State and all these other small teams. You have to do it to Oklahoma. That's your path to win. Tennessee, your path to win, if people want to respect you, because I don't think they should be ranked number 8, or was it number 8, number 6? I think they're a clear top 5 team. You need to steamroll Oklahoma to get everybody looking at you. And I think that the whole way people look at the SEC, the way people look at college football, the way people's brackets are looking in college football playoff is going to completely change if you handle the business the way it needs to be done against Oklahoma. Now, it is no secret that I am a University of Texas football fan. So Oklahoma. So I'm a little bit unpartial, not impartial, but unpartial. That's not how you say it. I'm unpartial to these dang Sooners, and I'm all about the Boomer. I'm gonna be really honest with you. The path to success for Oklahoma is to be a more dynamic offense. We are relying on Jackson Arnold to get like 90% of the offense. Jackson Arnold's a freshman. Hey, a good freshman too. I'm not going to just be a hater. The kid can ball. The kid is clearly talented, but I don't want if we're Oklahoma, which I don't want to be Oklahoma. If you're Oklahoma, I don't think you want to go again. You're home, right? Let's use that to our advantage. But I don't think you want to get into a slugfest with Tennessee. I think y'all need to find some offense and find it effectively. You need to pull out the trick plays. We need to keep this stout Tennessee defensive line that hasn't even had to really bring any pressure because of how good and how effective they are just in that front four. Or you know what I'm saying? We need to be able to spin it up a little bit, get them guessing, force them to start doing things, force them to have to mix things up and get a little more inventive. If you just let one of the biggest defensive line prospects, not biggest, but probably the top defensive line prospect coming into the draft, James Pierce, if you just let him have his way and just pin his ears back on obvious passing downs, it's not going to be a fun day. And if you're relying on most of your rushing to come from your quarterback, you're not going to be look great too. But look how efficient he is. He's efficient. He's effective. He's got the longest. He's got almost the most amount of touchdowns. He is the most effective rusher. And, of course, he's going to be leading this team. So I think the kid can ball. The kid's going to continue to ball. 7 touchdowns that's a pretty high number compared to the other numbers that we've seen. So I like to see that. Going into their rankings offensively, points a game, top 32, number 92 in yards per game. That's not going to cut it, dog. That is not going to cut it against a team in Tennessee that's going to want to boat race you and do it for fun. Not looking great now. Oh, they've four down, but this is what I like to see. They are ranked number 1 in the red zone. This is going back to your path to winning, being more dynamic. You gotta do what you need to do when it gets into the red zone. If you are gonna slug it out, if you are gonna do those things, and you do find success, you gotta lean on your red zone ability to score. If that's what's happening, make sure we keep this number 1 ranking of red zone ability to score. And I think you need to lean on that to the best possibility to maximize your scores. Rush play percentage, they're pretty even here. So nothing big to look at. Number 60. In rushing yards per game, rushes per game, number 51, rushing yards a game, number 56. Not a lot of great rankings here. We go to their defense, which they do have a pretty stout defense. I think Oklahoma's defense is their shining star. I'm not sure if they can keep up with Tennessee, dog. And I'm not saying that they're not going to be able to slow them down, but will they stop them from, even if they play a great game, can they stop Nico and Simpson and them boys from putting up at least 21 points? I don't know, dog. I don't know if you can stop them from doing that. But looking really good on the defensive side, ranked number 19 in opponents' points per game. So we're going against a team that's almost top 5. What are they in points per game? Points per game. They're number 1. So we're dealing with the number 1 points per game against a number 19, a top 20 team when it comes to opponents' points per game. Number 21 in opponents' yards per game. So this is a stingy defense from what it is. Again, we haven't gotten to the big boy play, but still, Oklahoma has been doing what it needs to do on the defensive side. When it comes to opponents' rush yards per game, we talked about how the rushing game is going to be a big thing. Hey, Oklahoma's not afraid of defending the run, clearly. Ranked number 8. So that defense is going to be a major part of it. You need to smack them in the mouth on defense and then be dynamic on offense because of the strength. Sadly, I know I raved and ranted about Tennessee's offense, which I think is amazing. Sadly, I think the defense is the strongest. I think that's their strongest suit. The fact that they can bring 4 and then absolutely put quarterbacks in complete terror is a bad recipe for anyone who's going against them. I think my prediction is going to be 28-13. Tennessee gets out of there, but they do it while getting scathed a little bit. I think it's going to be a pretty scary game up into coming into the third. But after that, I just think, bending and breaking, that Tennessee defense is going to – the Tennessee offense – the thing about the Tennessee offense is that, again, it's a running offense. It's going to grind you down. The fact that if they can grind Oklahoma down for 3 quarters of football and then in the fourth quarter just let Nico start spraying it around the yard, I don't think they're going to have enough energy to keep up with that, right? So I think in 28-13, they keep it close. Oklahoma plays stingy defense, but at the end of the day, Tennessee comes out with a statement victory and shows the SEC the reason why they deserve to be a top 5 team. I hope they do it. I hope they do it effectively. I am a Texas fan, so beat up on the Sooners if you can. So when we see them in Dallas, it makes it hopefully a little easier. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't be too mad at that. But Get at me in the comments. Let me know your comments, your concerns, your predictions for Oklahoma versus Tennessee. Are you a Tennessee guy? You're an Oklahoma guy. What is your team? I'm wondering. I want to get up in your mind. I want to figure out what's on your inside. Whoa, pause. Let me know also how you felt about this whole 10% talent fee with Tennessee. I know I asked about it earlier, but I mean, this is we're slipping down that slippery slope. It's gonna get a little nasty. It's gonna get a little nasty if we're gouging people to pay college players that should have been already paid. But it is what it is. Y'all be easy. Y'all be amazing. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be the greatest in the nation. We will see you next time, man. Appreciate you. Peace.